Children, let us see today the practice at 3.3, and for that we need some theorems. The first theorem is, in the same circle, if two arcs are congruent, means equal to each other in measure, then their corresponding, because of which the arc is made, those chords are also congruent, means will also be each other. That means if I name them as such, we will get it as, if let us see the measure of arc PXQ, this one, is equal to the measure of the arc DYC, then we will say that the corresponding chords, that is PQ, chord PQ will be congruent to the chord DC, or you say CD, both are in the same. So this is one of the theorem which we have to remember in our mind before doing the exercise. The second theorem, in the same manner, it is given that in the same circle, if two chords are equal, that means if let us say chord CD is congruent to chord AB, then definitely the measure of the arc, the corresponding arc is CQD. So the measure of the arc CQD will be congruent to the measure of the arc belonging to chord AB is APB. So measure of the arc APB. This also we have to remember in our mind, children. And one more theorem is there which we have to remember in our mind, that is, in congruent circles, if two arcs are congruent, means these two circles are congruent to each other, means their radius are equal to each other. And they are saying if two arcs are equal to each other, means if let us say arc CYD is equal to arc AXB, then definitely the corresponding chords are congruent. So CYD arc has the chord CD, so chord CD will be congruent to the arc AXB has a chord AB, so will be congruent to chord AB. This is the third one which we have to remember. In the similar manner, the fourth one, it is given as, if the congruent circles means having the radius equal. If two chords are congruent, it is given if chord CD is congruent to the chord AB, then definitely they are saying that arc CYD will be congruent to the corresponding arc of chord AB is AXB. So these are the theorems which you have to remember in our mind before solving the exercise. So let us see the question number 1 of practice set 3.3. It is given that already in this figure, children, some things are given to us. What is given? Angle ECF, means this angle is given to us as 70 degrees, and also given to us the measure of the arc DGF, means the measure of this major arc, children, is given to us as 200 degrees. Then we have to find the measure of arc DE, means this arc DE we have to find, and also we have to find the measure of the arc DEF. So let us find the solution, children, what it is. The step 1 in this, we have ECF is given to us, which is a central angle. So it is a central angle, and the measure of this central angle is given to us as 70 degree. So measure of the angle ECF is 70 degrees given to us, but measure of the angle, central angle ECF, is equal to the corresponding arc. So that is measure of the arc EF. Hence we can say that measure of the arc EF is equal to 70 degree. That is the measure of the central angle. This is a central angle and corresponding arc is EF. So measure of the arc EF will also be equal to 70 degrees. This is a step 1, and let us go for step 2. What they say, they are asking for the measure of the arc DEF. Now let us see. Already we have the measure of the arc DEF is equal to, children, this is a minor arc of the circle. DEF is a minor arc and the major arc is DGF, and the central angle, the measure of the central angle will be 360 degrees. So can be written as 360 degrees minus the measure of the major arc DGF. Measure of the major arc DGF. Alright, so for that you have to remember in your mind the measure of minor arc is equal to 360 degree minus measure of major arc. And children, already the measure of the major arc is given to us. What it is given as 200. So we will get as 160 degrees. Now we got measure of the arc DEF. We need to find only DE. So let us see what it is. Step 3. The measure of the arc DE, can it be written as DEF minus the EF, because DEF is divided into two parts. So measure of the arc DEF, the bigger one, minus the smaller one, measure of the arc EF. Fine, that will be equal to 160 degrees already we have, minus measure of the arc EF, we have found it as 70 degrees, so that will be equal to 90 degrees. We got our answer, children, both which are asked to us. Fine, so block it whenever you are getting your answer, very clearly block it. So let us come see the question number 2. What is given? A figure is given, and in this they are asking us to prove that arc RS is equal to arc QS is congruent to arc QR, and also they are asking us to find the measure of the arc QRS. But before that, what all things are given to us, let us see. It is given that triangle QRS is an equilateral triangle, and if it is an equilateral triangle, we have also triangle QRS is inscribed in a circle. Inscribed means drawn inside the circle. So if triangle QRS is an equilateral triangle, children, we have side RS, this side is congruent to, all the three sides are equal to each other, is congruent to side QR. Side RS is congruent to side QS is congruent to side QR. Therefore, we can say by the theorems what we have learned that the corresponding arcs will also be equal to each other. Therefore, by the theorem of, you have to write, children, the reason corresponding arcs of congruent chords. What do we have? The corresponding arc of RS is arc RS. Arc RS will be congruent to arc QS, that is the corresponding side is QS. For the side QS, the corresponding arc is arc QS is congruent to arc QR. Means in place of sides only write arc. Hence their measures will be equal to each other. Measure of arc RS is congruent to measure of the arc QS is congruent to measure of the arc QR. Fine. This is a one thing what we have proved. Now let us see if this is step 1. Let us see for the step 2 what it is as. In this circle, if all the three arcs are added to each other, it gives us 360 degree. That is measure of arc RS plus measure of arc QS added to the measure of arc QR, we will get 360 degree. That is the, what is the reason, children? Property of sum of measures of arcs of a circle. Fine. Therefore, now because each and every arc is equal to each other, so in place of rest of the two arcs, we can write that arc QS is equal to RS and also arc QR is equal to RS. Fine. So all the three when we add, we get 3, the measure of RS is equal to 360 degree. Hence the measure of arc RS is equal to 360 upon 3, that is 120 degree. So this, let us keep it with us, and we are asked to find the measure of QRS. So the measure of arc QRS is divided into two parts, QR and RS. So measure of the arc QR plus measure of the arc RS. Now QR can be written as, because all three are equal to each other, so QR can be written as RS, and because each angle is 120 degree, so 120 plus 120, that gives us 240 degrees. And your answer, measure of the arc QRS is equal to 240 degrees. Alright, you can understand this. Now let us see question number 3, what it says. It is given to us in question number 3 that the arc AC, we have to prove, children. The circle is given to us. AB and CD are two chords. They are asking us to prove that the arc AC is equal to arc BD. And what all things are given, let us write it. Given the chord AB is congruent to chord CD. If they are congruent, then what we can say by the theorem of the chords are congruent, children, therefore the corresponding arcs will also be congruent. By the theorem, corresponding arcs of congruent chords. What do we have? What do we have, children? See, for AB, the corresponding arc is ACB. So therefore, arc ACB will be congruent to CD is the chord and corresponding arc is CBD. Arc CBD. Therefore, we can write as both the measures are also equal. If they are equal to each other, the measurement of both the arcs will also be equal to each other. Now, this is because of the definition of congruence arcs. Okay. If these two arcs are equal to each other, now let us see how they can be written. Now see, ACB can be written as AC plus CB. So, measure of the arc ACB can be written as measure of the arc AC plus measure of the arc CB, and the other one CBD, how we can write it as measure of the arc CBD can be written as CB plus BD. So measure of the arc CB plus measure of arc BD. Let us substitute in this. Substitute in the first one, the second and the third. What do we get? Substitute 2 and 3 in 1. So ACB can be written as measure of the arc AC plus measure of arc CB is equal to CBD can be written as measure of the arc CB plus measure of the arc BD. So same value CB will be cancelled both the sides. We are left with measure of arc AC is equal to measure of the arc BD. That is, hence we can write arc AC is equal to arc BD by the definition of congruence